The free $20,000 MLB 10 Runs for Free Cash contest is now live at SBRforum.com. What is the contest? It's simple. Each day in a designated SBR Forum post, you pick one team that you think will score 10 or more runs that day. You qualify to win $100 that day if you are correct. Each day the game continues, you pick another team. And every time your team scores 10 runs, you'll be adding onto your total score. The contest is split into 3 segments, and at the end of each segment, the top scorer split $2,500. And at the conclusion of the contest, there's even more cash up for grabs, in total over $20,000. And I know what you're thinking. You can just pick the Yankees every day and win. No, you can only pick the same team once per week. Check out the link in the description for more info and see you in the SBR Forum for the contest.
Folks, welcome into SportsBookReview.com. It is Thursday, and it's time to talk some Major League Baseball short card today. I know we're all getting ready for the Washington football team and the New York Giants, but there is some money to be made on the baseball diamond. Welcome to the show. I'm Donnie RightSide, along with Jason Radowitz and Kyle Purviance. We are the SportsBookReview.com Major League Baseball team. My Phillies picked up a win yesterday. I went 1-1 in my plays. That ain't good enough. Looking to hit the gas pedal tonight on a total over. Not a team total, just an over today. Jason, welcome to the show. New York Mets, ready, go.
Yeah, another lackluster performance from the New York Mets. And, you know, they did get a little bit unlucky during that game. Baez had a shot to center field that would have been a home run in like 19 ballparks, not in Citi Field. Of course, Pete Alonso's 3-run home run got robbed by Lars Nootbaar, one of our favorite names, I guess, in all of baseball. So,
that's a poor name. That's a poor name, right? Yeah. Lars Nootbaar. That's not bad.
There's also a pitcher today, Lewis Head, on the mound for the Rays. So we got it all coming this week. Anyway, obviously the Giants play Washington later tonight, and I'm a big Giants fan, New York guy. So I'll be rooting for the Giants, and do think Danny Dimes throws some dimes. I know these two guys on the other sides of me don't think the same, so have a little bit fun there with that game.
Yeah, interesting names here late in the look. We get some, players that are called up. You have Junk, you have Head. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in Major League Baseball, Kyle. Goodness.
There really is. It's good stuff. You got to stay interested somehow. And calling Daniel Jones Danny Dimes, he's Danny dropped the football. So listen, there's some controversy here. It wasn't on camera, and Jason's memory is certainly fresher, better, less damaged than his will ever be, or than mine will ever be, especially now. So we have a little bet here, because apparently I said I would get Derek Carr tramp stamped on me. That would be my nightmare. That would be horrible. Bad things would happen. So he's so gracious enough to allow me a double or nothing. So I've got Washington tonight. He's got Danny Dimes and the Giants tonight. Something's got to give. He's 0-5 in primetime, but 4-0 against Washington. So one of those trends will be broken. I need Washington to pull this out for my integrity, for my dignity, for everything. Danny Dimes stinks. Let's go football team.
All right, we do have some in-game games today early on a Thursday afternoon. The Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates locked at 0.0 in the 6th inning. I actually have Kansas City up 2-0 early. I actually like the Oakland Athletics a little bit here on the team total. We'll see if they're able to score. But that game, as we said in the 2nd inning, 2-0 Kansas City. And the Los Angeles Angels 2-0 over the White Sox, which we did say yesterday, maybe a legitimate chance to try to get a big underdog on the Angels yesterday. I'm kind of upset the Angels only scored 1 run over the first 5 innings. I lost a little bit of money personally on that one. Needed them to get to 2 runs. But overall, little baseball card in the afternoon, little baseball tonight here, Jason. Any thoughts on any one of these 3 games in process today?
No, nothing really. This is an interesting card. Obviously, like the Angels are already beating the White Sox 2-0 in the 2nd inning. I know Kyle does not like these White Sox right now. They've kind of been pretty poor offensively against some pretty poor pitching from the Angels, so that's been interesting. As of late, of course, Salvador Perez hit another home run for the Royals, so good on him, having one of the best, seasons for a catcher in recent memory. And the Reds Pirates always seems like a toss-up. As of late, the Pirates come to score offensively when you don't expect it, and then they're just dead when you think that maybe they'll score a couple runs. So nothing for me in any of these games, but obviously we got some more coming up on the short slate.
Yeah, it's crazy. How about this, too? Like, Salvador Perez has 45 home runs. There's about 2 weeks left to go in the season. Let's just say over the next 2 weeks, he hits 5 more home runs and gets 250. He's currently placed at plus 190, or excuse me, plus, what is it, 19,000? Yeah, plus 19,000 here. Yeah, 19000. So he's going to hit 50 home runs and have zero shot to even probably get into, I don't know, the top two, because Vladimir Guerrero at 11-1, and obviously Shohei Ohtani is minus 7,000. So crazy, crazy statistics, because Vladdy Jr., Salvador Perez, any other season would be at the top, if not be the MVP. But the fact that Ohtani locked it up like 60 days ago is kind of hilarious to watch. It doesn't matter what happens. He could hit a home run every single game down the stretch and clear 60, and he would have no shot at getting the MVP. Crazy stuff here. Early afternoon baseball, Kyle, I know didn't treat you all that well in a game with the Reds out here.
Yeah, I mean, the Reds can't scrap. Molly did his job. I thought he would shut down the Pirates lineup. And I'm like, okay, a bunch of bullpen cans on the mound for Pittsburgh. We got to scratch one run across. Of course, that didn't happen. So a little bit of a bummer to start today. But I've got 3 more plays for the day here. Got a little odds boost that I think can hit as well. Of course, if the odds boost loses, that doesn't count. It doesn't matter. But Salvador Perez thing is funny. And you remember early in the year when these people were getting mad at us for saying, how do you not take Ohtani right now at plus 150, minus 200 as the MVP? Now it sits at minus 7,000. So who's laughing now? Hate to say I told you so, but we did. Now it's way too late to make the bet unless you want to throw, $100,000 on there to make a few bucks. It's kind of funny here. Of course, I won't touch anything with the White Sox early in the day. The only one I really had circled that looked all right was the Reds getting that first 5 over Pittsburgh. That didn't come to fruition, but I will say the Reds team total depressed now is still live. You're probably getting 1.5, 2.5, probably a 1.5 you can find right now. I'm not looking. But I do think they can get to something like that. These pitchers for Pittsburgh are not very good. They just need to wake up a little bit. They've had some runners, had some opportunities, just couldn't cash it in. But I do think the Reds are good for a couple runs here late.
Yeah, how about that? Thick Tug Nuggets, Kyle. So there's a good name for you as well on that one. Name to be changed to Donnie Verified Seamer. How about just Donnie Verified? You know what I mean?
Wow.
It could be so versatile on this show here. You know, head in the clouds, having some fun out here, being verified. It's tiring. I'm asked to do a lot of stuff now that I am verified, Kyle. So maybe this is a curse that's placed upon me at this time. Let's get to the Major League Baseball card in the afternoon today, because there are some games that are underway. Obviously, as we said, also a postponed game, Colorado and Atlanta. That was Marquez and Anderson. That one is postponed. It was interesting because it wasn't canceled for the weather. It was canceled due to unplayable conditions on the field. So I don't know if that's one of those Bull Durham things where somebody hit the sprinkler system all night long and flooded the field. I don't know, but they're not playing today. But we do have 3 games on tap that we're going to go over. 9:05, 9:06 here. San Diego and San Francisco. Johnson versus Gausman. How about this one? Pinnacle opened up at 230 offshore, now dropped to 178. Break up the Padres, Jason. You picked up a W last night over the Giants. Impressive stuff.
Yeah, and you look at this Giants lineup, it looks a lot better than the Padres. You know, we said this kind of all year, but for the Giants right now, is Detweiler going to be pitching in this game along with Johnson? I think Johnson's probably going to open, and then it might be Detweiler throwing in this game. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I have on Roto Grinder. So we'll go with that because I know Johnson only thrown about 1 inning per game, so he probably can't go deep. So I'm assuming Detweiler will get the bulk of this game. He's a left-handed pitcher with a 6.80 xFIP in his last 30 days, but that's just 14 plate appearances. But either way, against lefties, the Giants, they've destroyed. You got Rough Posey. Posey might not be playing on, he's a guy that usually sits during day games, but Posey would be a nice addition to this lineup. Also, Flores, Estrada, the entire lineup will be right-handed with a .413 weighted on-base average if it is Detweiler pitching most of this game. So double check on that before you make the wager, but if it is Detweiler that's going to be pitching for most of this game, the Giants offense looks really good, and the over for the Giants is the play in this one.
Yep. All right. We'll see what happens in this game, too. And also, Moneyball 365. Donnie tried to warn you yesterday about the Padres, specifically me. Well, congratulations. You are now 1-5 in your last 6 picks, therefore, I guess. You're probably warning us on the Padres. So it's the way it goes out here. Hey, teams are going to win games. And I was being a little bit tongue-in-cheek saying they probably wouldn't win a single game in the entire month of September. Obviously, that's not going to be the case here, but they are probably going to lose today. But what are you looking at between the San Diego Padres and the Giants? They finally got that monkey off of their back because it looked like if they weren't going to win last night, who knows when that next win was going to come. But they won last night, now looking to win 2 in a row. Do you think they could do it?
No, I don't think the Padres can do it. And this is about to be a double official play for me because, I mean, look, we're just getting, especially if it's a guy like Detweiler or I'm seeing maybe Ryan Weathers, like, please, Lord, let it be Ryan Weathers. I'd take the Giants team total at 8, for Christ's sake. Ryan Weathers is absolutely dreadful. Get the Giants team total over 4. You're getting a minus 0.5 in the first 5 innings at minus 125. We're talking about Gausman, one of the best pitchers in the National League, versus Pierce Johnson, who's going to throw 1 inning, Detweiler or Weathers. The Giants should jump out early. I expect Gausman to be very, very good against the Padres. It's the lowest weighted 3-year OPS on the card versus the opposing pitcher at 625. He's had nothing less than 43 fantasy points in 3 straight starts. Gausman should dominate the Padres, and the Giants should be able to score. I like the Giants team total. I like him in the first 5 innings. With those pitchers on the mound, I will be shocked if the Giants don't get it done against the Padres today.
Yeah, it should be an interesting one to match up. But again, a lot of playoff scenarios abound here because not only do the Giants clinch looking to clinch the division, they're already in the playoffs. That's going to be big. Padres looking to stay in the wild card race. We'll see how it all lines up in this one. Let's keep on moving down the list here. Yankees and the Orioles. They had a team total yesterday that lost because the Yankees could only get the 4 runs. Why? Because of a 2-run home run that did not happen because of Cedric Mullins with a ridiculous catch early in that ball game. But they bounced back today with Montgomery and Ellis on the mound. 232s to 250s across the card, 10s as a total. So expected to score more runs in this one. Last night, late also in the 8th inning, I did take on the FanDuel Sportsbook small play on the plus 410 on the Yankees live on the money line. Thank you, a weird hit by Gardner, which got the grounds crew thrown out just before that, and the Yankees were able to cash in. I was almost hoping to get that team total of 5 as well, but it came up just a little bit short. So take a look at this game, Jason. Yankees, nice win yesterday again. Maybe they win again today, which obviously at a minus 250, they should be able to do that. But a 3-team tie in the AL wildcard right now. Every win matters here. What are you looking at between the Yanks and the Orioles today?
Yeah, look, I think we're going to see some runs in this game. I agree with the over being at 10. And I'm looking at the over 5 at minus 125 in the first 5 innings here. The Orioles, we've talked about this plenty of times. They've hit lefties pretty well this season. Most of their lineup outside of Mullins will be right-handed. And, of course, Mullins is a great leadoff hitter and finds a way to get on base and obviously an all-star caliber player. And so Montgomery, the 4.56 xFIP, and he's walking 10.3% of the time. I don't know what just happened.
Sorry, the comment. It was well done by Donnie. I'm sorry.
That's good. That was a very good one. Go ahead.
So, the Orioles, their offense against a lefty looks, solid to be able to score, 2 to 3 runs in the first 5 innings. And then also the Yankees going up against Ellis, who has a 5.72 xFIP, walking 10% of the batters. A solid amount of line drives allowed. Also, ground ball rate is low. There's a lot of power for the Yankees in their lineup against righties. Rizzo, Judge, Stanton, Gallo, Gardner, even Sanchez is a little bit above average when it comes to power against righties. So expect some home runs in this game from both sides. And I think we'll get at least 6 runs in those first 5 innings, and you get that over 5 at minus 125. I think that's the play for this game.
Yeah, I think the Yankees should be able to do some damage like they usually do in Baltimore. And also yesterday, if you didn't take the pregame team total in that game, you did have a 3.5 in the top of the 7th inning. They did end up scoring 4 runs, so you can still get that value in the Yankees on those depressed lines here, Kyle. Take a look at the Yanks and the Orioles today. What are we looking at from your perspective here?
Well, I mean, I do like the Yankees, but we always say it, Baltimore are a sneaky underdog with left-handed pitching on the mound. And Ellis wasn't bad in his last start. I think he gave up 1 run over 5 or 6 innings against the Yankees, which is pretty typical for the Yankees to do. So, yeah, I do like the Yankees. Yeah, I think they should win the first 5 innings. Do I feel great about it? No. It's one of the weird times where I actually feel better about the Yankees full game once you get these bullpens involved. The Yankees bullpen exponentially better than Baltimore. Hence, possibly an odds boost here. We'll have to see here on the other segment. But I think the Yankees full game makes a lot more sense. Both pitchers, look, Baltimore has hit Montgomery a few times here in his last 3 starts, 12, 6, and 26. So 2 of those starts he was rocked early on. Baltimore not terrible against lefties, so I will say they're live dogs here. But if I'm going full game, I kind of like Baltimore here as the live dog. If you go in the first 5 innings, if you go in the first 5 innings, I like Baltimore as a live dog, but full game, I do think the Yankees can score late. That's sort of their MO here. Slightly into the Yankees, don't love it enough to lay a big price on it. And Baltimore's a live dog.
Baltimore is a live dog from Kyle's perspective here. Let's take a look at the Cubs and the Phillies yesterday. More mayhem in that game. The Phillies end up winning that baseball game, but it's not for, hey, late in the game, the Phillies have a lead. Oh, no, the bullpen gives it up multiple times. That's going to happen each and every day. Why? How about today? The bullpen's in for a full 9 innings. So strap up your seats here in this one. Kyle Hendricks will be on the mound for the Cubs in this one. If we set the table here and list some of the numbers here, 165s as a favorite here at DraftKings in this game. I don't know about, we're taking a look at the team total, which I hit yesterday at 4.5. Why would you be betting the Phillies outside of a total for the game or just a team total each side? Or just taking the Cubs as a straight-up dog at a price of about plus 145. So when you look at this game as it bounces back and forth, I'm not normally anymore a total player for the game. I'm going to do that today. I took the Phillies and the Cubs over the 9 in this game. And it shocks me that it's not at 10. I just look at 2 bad baseball teams overall. And yes, the Phillies are a bad baseball team, but they do have the ability to hit. And if you're going to get 9 innings for the Cubs against a full Phillies bullpen, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going with the over, Jason.
Yeah, look, so the Phillies, obviously, like we talked about, they're going to have a bullpen game today. That's always good news when you're on the over. And, of course, Hendricks has, he's got a high amount of wins on the year, but his xFIP 5.47, strikes out under 15% of the batters, also walking 8.3%. So somehow, some way, he kind of just escapes from different gems and whatever. But when you have Bryce Harper in your lineup for the Phillies, a lot of great things can happen. Right now, a 621 ISO, and that's in 71 plate appearances, in his last 71 plate appearances against righties. So that's how good Bryce Harper has been against righties in the last 30 days. Also, Brad Miller's been really good too. 404 ISO with a weighted OBA of 432. Herrera hit a home run last night, a left-handed hitter that can do some damage as well. So the Phillies, they got some nice bats in the lineup from the left side that can do damage. And, of course, the Cubs are going to get that Phillies bullpen. And like, Donnie pointed out even yesterday, the bullpen blew it, and Phillies almost lost yesterday because of it. So, I agree. I think there's going to be runs on both sides, and the over definitely is the play here.
Yeah, a couple of dead bats in the Phillies lineup today. Gene Segura, who's had such a good season, but really fell off over the past month. Didi Gregorius, I don't know what happened to that guy, but he took about 58 at-bats versus right-handed pitching when all he does is swing from his heels and has a 0.0 ISO power number over his last 58 at-bats versus righties, which is it's astounding. And then, of course, Andrew McCutchen, who may be the worst contract the Phillies have had, and that includes Ryan Howard about a decade ago who stole money. He's completely stealing money from the Phillies, but it'll be done next year. Kyle, looking at this game here between the Cubs and the Phillies, what's an angle that you might have?
Well, not everyone can be Andrew McCutchen. They can't all be great hitters like Sir Andrew over there at the top of the order. But no, this one, it's a dog or pass thing for me. I'll take the dog shot on the Cubs here. Look, you're getting a bullpen game from the Phillies. When you look at some of the bigger hitters, outside of Harper, who's been okay against Kyle Hendricks, he has a home run in 24 plate appearances, 7 hits. You got guys like McCutchen, 5 of 28, no surprise there. Segura, 3 of 17. JT Realmuto, 3 of 12. Herrera, 3 of 14. This lineup doesn't profile all that well, and you're getting a bullpen game from the Phillies. So I agree. I think there's runs scored here, probably a little bit later for the Phillies. I think Hendricks can maybe get through some of those early innings here. So I would lean to the Cubs, dog or pass situation here. I'm not going to lay that kind of money on a bullpen game for the Phillies. It's not going to happen. I think I like the Cubs here.
Yeah, no, and I can't blame you on that spot. You're looking at a lot of bad baseball teams beating teams that think they're decent trying to get into the playoffs. It's an epidemic around Major League Baseball. Let's get to some value menu wagers on the card today. I only have one wager, and I just told you exactly what it was, the game we just went over. Over 9 in the Phillies-Cubs. I'll sit back and watch. We run some runs. 3-3 turns into 4-4, turns into a paycheck for Donnie RightSide here on a Thursday. What are we looking at, Jason, from your perspective here on some value menu wagers?
Yeah, so we were just talking about this game previously, the Padres versus Giants, and if the Padres are going to have either Weathers on the mound or Detweiler on the mound, both are 2 lefties that have not been really great this season. So when you look at it, the Giants should be able to do plenty of damage against the left-handers, whoever that might be, if it's Detweiler, Weathers, or if both of them. So I just put this down, kind of doing a Kyle here. With this wager, but the Giants over 2.5 in the first 5 in the team total at plus money at plus 110. A little value play that I'll be I just placed a wager on WinBet right now. Again, over 2.5 plus 110. It's a value play. I just put money on now, knowing that they're going to be facing a couple lefties with a right-handed heavy lineup there. So that's my value play now.
Yeah, any possibilities for postponements in the Phillies game? I didn't really do a thorough weather check on this one.
It looks more likely in New York than it does in Philly.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same storm. It's the same storm, but there could be a delay, but more than likely they're going to play the game.
Yeah, look, it looks
as
like
the deputy. Of course, I'm only
as
the
deputy weatherman.
Not
Kyle
even verified. The unverified.
Yeah, look, if you could look, hey, when you're a weatherman, you could call weather correctly, Kyle. They come calling with that check mark. What do you got today?
We'll see what happens. So I'm going to take the Giants team total over 4 at -120 and the Giants -0.5 in the first 5 at -125. Double dip there on the value menu. It's just, Jason touched on it beautifully. We talked about this game quite a bit. Gausman versus Weathers or Detweiler and Pierce Johnson, which I thought was a wonderfully done job in the chat box. Since we're doing porn names here, we may as well get it done. Also, one more team total I like quite a bit today. I like the Rays team total over 4.5 -125. Look, they're going to start out with Tyler Alexander on the mound, one of my favorite lefties to pick on in all of baseball. It's one of the higher OPSs on the card of 822. I like the righties and the lefties for that matter. For Tampa Bay today in that lineup, I think they get to over 4.5 as well. So how about that? 3 games on the value, 3 picks, Giants team total, Giants -0.5 first 5, and the Rays team total as well.
There you go. An unverified weatherman over there giving some, weather conditions here in the Philadelphia metro region here. Should get very, very interesting. Yeah, you did have some good names out there. Never know when, Chest Rockwell is going to come in with Brock Landers here. So we'll see what happens, get around the name of the game. Firing on fast food. So at least we hopefully get some value on the card today. Odds boost. I lost my odds boost yesterday. I needed a home run and a victory out of the New York Yankees, which I got one of them, but didn't get the other one. I'm going to dip right back in here to that Orioles game because that's the one I always like to lean to for runs being scored. This one is interesting. I think I'm getting a little bit of value here. Stanton and Mountcastle. This odds boost is also at Fox Bet. Plus 320. I need 1 RBI or more out of each one of these guys, and that cashes a nice over 3-1 ticket. So I'm going to roll with that today. Jason, what are you looking at here firing on some fast food along with combining an odds boost?
Yeah, so on Fox Bet as well, you can 4 times your money if Nelson Cruz hits a home run and Tampa Bay ends up beating the Detroit Tigers. So in the last 30 days, Cruz 370 ISO, a weighted OBA of 512 against lefties. And Alexander, obviously not the greatest pitcher. Cruz already has a couple doubles against him, an OPS above 1.000. So looks great there. I think Cruz can definitely hit a home run in this game, and also like the Rays to get the win in this one as well.
And as you saw that graphic come up here, Kyle, the odds boost, I got to look at the football odds boost graphic. So double the fun for you now all of a sudden. What's your odds boost today in Major League Baseball?
Damn it, is that going to be up there later today? I got to pick an odds boost too, so now I have to sit in here for another 45
By the way, we have an odds
minutes.
boost on every game you have to pick too, so get ready for that.
Good Lord. Okay, just trying to kill me here. This is what happens when you're not verified. You don't get any input on any of the decisions.
I just put everything goes through now, Kyle, that I asked for it. It just happens.
Exactly right. I actually like Jason's odds boost a lot. Nelson Cruz is on my home run list tonight. 4.9 lifetime with a couple of doubles. I think that's a great call. 1179 OPS over the last 3 years off left-handed pitching. 909 allowed to give to right-handed hitters for Alexander, so that I think that's quite the play. And mine's sort of like that. I'm going to take the Yankees and Rays to both win, boosted from plus 105 to plus 150 over at FanDuel. Look, I think the Yankees probably do it later in the game. I do kind of like Baltimore a little bit earlier on in the game, but later on in the game, once that bullpen comes in, I expect the Yankees to get it done. And I just like the Rays against the Tigers today. I don't love the pitching, the pitcher on the mound for Tampa Bay, Luis Head. Obviously not my favorite guy. But he is, we got Lewis Head and Pierce Johnson.
These names are out of control, man, the past 24 hours. This is tremendous, man.
It is. I mean, it's just content gold for us, and I absolutely, especially if you're immature idiots like we are, so it works out.
Yeah, we are.
Right?
Junk, Head, and Johnson are on the mound in the last 24 hours. What is that about?
That's just the universe unfolding as it should, smiling upon us. But, I like the Yankees and the Rays to both win, boosted to plus 150. I think they both get it done today.
All right, let's get to some best bets on the Major League Baseball board. As I said, I only have one wager, and the only thing I played today for some money was the Phillies Cubs over 9. Jason, do we have another best bet on the card on this short card Thursday?
So it's not a best bet. It's another value play. I saved it for this one, but Yeah, the Rays over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at -105. Again, Alexander on the mound, a left-handed pitcher that hasn't had much success this season with a 4.09 ERA. And you look at this Rays lineup: 203 ISO, weighted OBA 379. They're not even striking out that often either against lefties. 19.8% of the time. Also walking 7.5% of the time. Hitting line drives 25% of the time. So a lot to like in this lineup. They're going to have probably 7 righties in the lineup against Alexander. A couple lefties like Wendell and Phillips, who have actually done well against lefties in the past as well. So I like the Rays. I think they got the job done. I think they win this game handily. So that's why we did the odds boost with Cruz and the Rays to win, but also the Rays over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total as a value play.
All righty, Kyle, what do we got today? Any extras that we need to add on here?
Yeah, my best bet today is going to be the Astros, -0.5 in the first 5 at -135. And hey, this isn't a poor name, but tell me you haven't bought a car from Glenn Auto Lithia Dodge. I mean, come on. It's literally a car salesman's name of the century. Glenn Auto will be on the mound today for Texas. Now, I will say he was good in his one start against Houston. He put up 36 fantasy points. I hope he doesn't do that again today. Let's hope that fire Christmas sale is over for Glenn Auto Sales. Framber Valdez on the mound for Texas. 4 straight starts of 45 or more fantasy points. That's actually the lowest weighted 3-year OPS on the card. Second lowest, lineup versus pitcher. I expect the Houston Astros to hit early, and often that lineup has been on fire, and I like Valdez quite a bit to shut down Texas. So I'm going to take the Astros as my play of the day, -0.5 in the first 5, -135.
There you go. And inquiring minds want to know in the chat box. Arca says, what happened to the check mark next to RightSide's name? Esteban, sleeping at the wheel here. That needs to be permanent. Look, when I say goes around here, that needs to be permanent.
I get my way once in a while. I say, get out of here. Can't handle looking at that. Thanks.
I will not show up anyway. Oh, man, yeah.
Never mind.
Ask and you shall receive.
Good Lord.
He is the play of the day right there. Bang, that check mark right next to it. All right. Let's get to the odds lightning round. And my goodness, this is going to be the fastest thunderstorm you've ever seen in your entire life. Why is that? 9:15, 9:16, 7:10 start tonight. Detroit and Tampa Bay. Alexander versus Head on the mound. -210s, -220s here in New Jersey. 8.5s here across the board as a total. Jason, what are you looking at today with this wager or possible side on Detroit and Tampa Bay?
Yeah, so I just talked about this game. Obviously, Nelson Cruz and the Rays to win, boosted to 300 on Fox Bet. One of the plays I'm on, of course, also the Rays over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total. Another value play that I'm on. So, again, the Rays, their offense looks really good against Alexander. We just talked about it, and they should do plenty of damage against him behind Cruz, who is already has really good numbers against Alexander. And, of course, like we said before, there's going to be 7 righties in the lineup for the Rays, and then also 2 lefties that actually perform well against lefties in their career. So lots to like in this Rays lineup. I like this Rays team, and that's my favorite play of the day.
Houston and Texas, another heavy one. -220 here's a favorite for the Houston Astros today, going up against the Texas Rangers. 8.5s across the board, Kyle.
Yeah, that's why I took a little bit of the juice off in the first 5 and took the run line in the first 5 to get it to 135. I do like Houston. The lineup's been red hot. I'm not going to be holding the bag with Glenn Otto. I will say, yes, he did pitch good his last appearance, but I love the advantages in the lineup tonight. Valdez has been very, very, very good against Texas. I think he shuts them down tonight. Astros get it done in the first 5 innings. And, I don't hate the Astros team total as well. Oh, yeah, trust me, that day that I get verified, I'm going to be a monster, an absolute monster. I cannot wait for if it ever happens. I probably misbehaved too much to ever get verified. I don't know. But, yeah, I like Houston here. I like him in the first 5 innings. Take away some of that juice, and if you want to take the team total as well. You don't want to be holding the -285. Just don't ever bet anything unless you're making it a parlay. I don't give a damn what it is. Unless it's part of a parlay piece where you're adding some juice. Betting -280, I hear it from all the time from my friends. Man, I remember years ago, I took the Patriots -300. Well, you're stupid. You're just stupid. Why would you waste that much money to try to win so little? No, you don't do those. Get the numbers down. -0.5 in the first 5, -135, and of course that's my play of the day.
All righty, clearing the bases on a tight-fitting 30-minute show here on a Thursday as we go to review some NFL football coming up. I think there's a big show about in 1 hour. Some people have told me behind the scenes. We'll see if that happens. And also, Esteban, behind the wheels of steel. don't you transfer that check mark over to the next show as well so we can have some fun with Kyle and certainly get off on the right side today. But thanks, guys, once again for tuning into the show. But let's clear the bases. Let everybody know exactly what we're betting tonight. One play for me tonight, Chicago Cubs, Philadelphia Phillies over 9, and that's going to be coupled with an odds boost at Fox Bet. I need 1 RBI or more out of Stanton, 1 RBI or more out of Mountcastle, and that's a plus 320 price for myself. Jason, what are we on today?
Yeah, so I just placed the value wager for the Giants over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total, plus 110. The first wager I put down in the MLB that I didn't write an article on, so just talking about the game on the show got me wanting to take this wager. So value play there, and of course, the Rays over 2.5 in the first 5 on the team total at minus 105. That's another value play, and the odds boost also Cruz to hit a home run and the Rays to win, boosted from 240 to 300 on Fox Bet.
There you go, Kyle. What are you on today?
Okay, so we're going to go the Giants, team total over 4. Also the Giants minus 0.5.
And the New York Giants.
And obviously not the New York Giants. That's silly. Okay. Danny Dimes on the road in primetime. Right. He's never won a primetime game, by the way, in his entire career. He is 4-0 against Washington, but 0-5 in his career on primetime, channeling his inner Kirk Cousins. Come on, Washington. I cannot have Derek Carr on my lower back. That's not going to help change my moniker from DFS Bachelor to DFS Boyfriend. You don't get that when you have a tramp stamp. It just doesn't happen. It's never a good sign.
Yeah. Short little story here about Kyle doing shows with him when people would repeatedly put in the chat box, "Come on, BACH," and I kept saying, like, why are they calling this guy Bach, man? What is it? Is this a fake name he has? Of course, it's Batch, Kyle. So yeah,
I had to get used to that. A lot of people call me that. Even when they call me on the phone, it took me a while to get used to that. It's weird when you're kid. My son, when he's talking to his friends on the phone, I'll come in and be like, "Hey, what do you want for dinner?" And he goes, "The DFS Bachelor wants to know what I want for dinner." And I'm like, God, that's weird. Don't do that. It's really bizarre.
Just wait to get a check mark. How much respect you're gonna get from the kids around your neighborhood in that area. So
God, I need that check mark.
I went out yesterday to grab my trash cans. They already brought in for me. I said, "Mr. Seymour, thanks very much." You know,
your newspaper is never not on the front porch. It's always right there. That's nice. That's really, really nice. I am very envious. Okay, so yeah, we got the Giants team total over 4 and minus 0.5 in the first 5. Rays team total over 4.5 as well on the value menu. Play of the day, Astros minus 0.5 in the first 5 innings. My odds boost, Yankees and Rays both to win, boosted to plus 450. And my home run list today, there's only 3 of them tonight: Joey Gallo, Chris Bryant, and Nelson Cruz.
All right, let's get out of here today. Thank you guys for tuning in for the Thursday Major League Baseball show. In about an hour, we'll be coming on live for the NFL show, and we are going to be rocking and rolling, both myself, Kyle Purviance, and Kelsey Kramer, coming to you live in about an hour. So thanks again for tuning in to the baseball show. Donnie RightSide along with Jason Radowitz and Kyle Purviance. It is Thursday, and as always, good luck on those wagers.